topic, as I am always excited about our topics. But today's topic is especially relevant because of what time of year it is. So today we're going to be talking about your holiday story. And is your holiday story that you're telling yourself, is it adding an extra 10 pounds to your frame by January 2nd? That is what we want to avoid. So we're going to talk about today how you can get through the holidays and how you can glide through it and really come out on the other side in a better position than you've ever been in, whether it be from a weight position, whether it be from just maintaining your weight, whether it be just feeling good about yourself. That's what we really want. So we're going to talk about that and how we can do that pretty simply. So on today's live, what you're going to learn is what thoughts are resulting in weight gain this holiday season for you. What thoughts are you creating in your head that are making you be heavier by January. Also, ways to prepare yourself for the inevitable temptations. And that could be, this applies to all times, but right now it's at a heightened level. And so how you can prepare yourself for those inevitable temptations. And then finally, what you can do right now today, and to be sure that you don't gain weight this holiday season. So I'm going to give you kind of some step-by-steps. I am also going to want you to hang out until the end, because at the end, I'm going to talk about a little activity strategy, little handout I'm going to give you that I want to provide for you that's going to help you take these steps to move towards no weight gain this holiday season. And in fact, oh my gosh, you might even lose weight. And we'll talk about that too. So I do want to do just a quick shout out, because I know she'll be watching this. She'll be watching it on replay because it's the middle of the night where she is. But I want to just give a shout out to Roxy, who has been, y'all know Roxy. She's from Australia. She posts those amazing pictures. She's just moving into her summertime, lucky thing. And she and I have been working together for the last 12 weeks, and it has been just phenomenal to watch where she has come from when we started to where she is now, in a sense of her just ability to be able to understand why she eats and how she can eat in the best possible way for herself. But the most important thing is she has just developed this inner strength that was always there, that I think that she didn't realize it had gone away, and now she's found it again. And it is just, it's amazing to see. So it's just an absolutely incredible thing. So our time together on my 3-month program is actually winding down. It makes me really sad. It makes me sad when clients are done working with me. But Roxy has just made so much progress. So Roxy, I'm so proud of you. And I know you're just going to keep working really hard and keep going to that gym and getting all those fabulous results you're getting. All right. So what can we do to avoid the added holiday weight gain that sometimes can be inevitable for us, for anyone? So the first thing I want to talk about is the saying, what you think is what you become. So there is so much power, and we talk about all the time how much power there is in our thoughts and in our beliefs about ourselves. So how many times, think about this, how many times a day, and if you're watching this live, I see there's 3 people watching live. I know there are people watching live. If you are watching this live, and if you're watching it replay, I want you to think about, and I want you to comment, how many times a day do you tell yourself that you struggle with your weight, or you struggle with your eating, or you don't know what to eat? How many times a day do you in your head either think about it or say to yourself something about your weight and that it's really hard? So think about that, because you're planting those seeds in your mind. So another one, I can't resist fill in the blank of whatever food you can't resist. I'm addicted to sugar. How many of you say that? How many of you, I mean, I know I see that all the time in the group. I'm addicted to sugar. I can't resist sweets. I have no control around carbs. How many times a day do you say that to yourself? Because when you do, you are reinforcing that belief and you're reinforcing that thought. And that is what is going to present itself in your life. And it's so hard to remember, because it seems like we're kind of commiserating with ourselves and like, oh, and you commiserate with other people. And it really does it dramatically affects how you think about, how you kind of view yourself and how you think about about how you go about your day. So again, what you think directly reflects how you feel, and that reflects your actions. And that's the most important thing, is those actions that we take. If we believe that we can't resist carbs, okay, then we can't. That's what you're telling yourself. So we really have to, everyone, and that includes myself, absolutely includes me, is that we have to make sure that we're really looking at what we are saying to ourselves and how we are presenting those things. So I want you to raise your hand. How many of you think that you will gain weight, and you've kind of resolved to this happening? How many of you think you're going to gain weight by January 1st, by January 2nd? How many of you think you're going to come out of the holidays and you're going to have more weight on you? If you raised your hand, mentally raised your hand and said, oh yeah, that's kind of me, we need to change that thinking, because that is not going to serve you. That's not going to serve you throughout the holidays, and it's not going to be something that's going to pay off. So we really have to make sure that we change those thoughts and we adjust ourselves. So we have to remember how powerful our minds are, and how powerful, if we think something, that is what we draw to ourselves. That is what we attract to ourselves. So we have to make sure that we have to own our responsibility in it, and then we need to make those changes. And those changes really, truly are pretty straightforward and pretty basic. So I want to give you an example of this. So one of my issues has always been, and you will know if you've been a member in the last, if you joined in the last, maybe I'm going to say 3 months. When you joined, you watched my welcome video, and in the welcome video, I asked if you were either a person who was eating to avoid emotions, or if you were a person who would start eating and you couldn't stop eating. Okay, so I would ask that question. The reason why I asked that question is because I am a combination of both of those things, but the one that I'm more of is the can't stop. That is me. I am the person who starts eating, and I should say started. I am the person who used to start eating and not be able to stop, and I would snack all day long. Once it started, I felt like I had no way of controlling it. I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. And what I realized was it was all in my thinking, because I had convinced myself, one, that I needed way more food than I needed in reality. And also that it was a combination for me. I wanted to avoid some emotions, and so I just kept eating. And so I kept telling myself it was really about that I couldn't stop, that I literally couldn't stop eating. And the reality was that wasn't the truth. The truth was I couldn't, I was avoiding emotions. I was avoiding my feelings, and that real issue was. So for me specifically, and most of you know, I mean, I have my own business and I work out of my house. And so what I would do is I would eat my lunch, and then it would become an all-day graze fest all the rest of the afternoon. If I wanted to avoid doing an email, if I wanted to avoid following up on a text, I would get up and go into the kitchen, and I would make myself something under the guise that I needed to eat this. It was really important, and that I didn't have any control and I couldn't stop doing it. Not true. So what I have adjusted, and what I do now is it's become so automatic. I eat my lunch, and in the beginning, what I had to do is I would eat my lunch and I would have to say, I tell my clients, how are you feeling? Are you feeling satisfied? That's perfect. That's exactly where you want to be. And now you need to get back to work, and you need to focus in on what you need to get done. I became much more effective and efficient in my work because I got more work done, because I wasn't getting up and going to the kitchen and making myself a snack all the time. But now it's so automatic. I eat what I want to eat for lunch, and then I'm done and I get back to my work. And I don't even think about snacking. I don't even think about it, because I now know that I'm a person who eats their lunch, and when their lunch is done, they're done, and then they get back to work, because I have a lot of work to do. So it really not only has made me more efficient and more effective in my own job and in my own business, but it has really allowed me to be able to see that it comes from me. It's all about me, and it's all about how I choose to talk to myself. And if I'm going to tell myself that I can't stop eating, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to not stop eating. But I tell myself that I eat my lunch and then I get back to work, and that's exactly what I do. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Really think about it. If you're talking to yourself and saying, I'm addicted to sugar, I have no control around sweets, if you tell yourself that, that's exactly how you're going to feel. Now, if you tell yourself, I can have one cookie and I can stop, and you reinforce that. And I know some of you are rolling your eyes going, there is no way that I could do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can. I'm going to have one cookie and that's going to be enough. If you tell yourself that, and you believe in yourself and you believe in your and you care enough about yourself to honor what you've said, you can do that. I want everybody to try that. I want you to think about that. And I really want you to try that. So if that is something that has been a problem for you, that stopping or that self-talk of telling yourself that you can't do something or you can't control yourself around something, I want you to put in the comments me, that you are a person who has done that me, and there's no shame in that because I just told you my story. I do the same thing. So, and that me lets me know that you're gonna try it. You're gonna try to change those thoughts. You're gonna try to adjust those thoughts and really make it something positive. I can control myself. I can myself around sweets. I can have one cookie and leave it at that. And if you tell yourself that and you believe it and you believe that you're worth it and you're valuable enough to stick by your word, you will do it. Okay? It might not happen the first time, might take a few tries, but you will be able to do it. I promise. Okay. So, part number 2, how do you prepare yourself for the inevitable treats that are going to be available during the holiday season, whether it's stopping by somebody's house, whether it's going to a party. I'm going to talk specifically about going to get-togethers. That they're not. I, it's always hard to tell because we don't know what's going to happen with COVID and what's going to happen with lockdowns. I know here in Northern California, in my county, we're just moving back into the red, so things are starting to kind of close down around us again. So not really sure where things are going to be headed for the holidays. But you will probably inevitably doing some social gathering, some social distancing gatherings, and there will be food. Inevitably, there will be food available and food around you. So if you're going to be going to a get together, if you're going to be going to a place where you know that, or people are going to be dropping by and bringing things over, and you're going to have more food in your house. I want you to really think about putting these 5 steps into place. So before you are feeling like either you're going to a work get together or there's, a get together in the neighborhood, some sort of social distancing thing, or a dinner, think about this as your plan. This is your game plan for not only for that day, but all the days, because there are going to be temptations all around. So what I want you to do is the morning of the event, or even it could be something that you do every morning. I would encourage you to do this every morning. I want you to journal what you're grateful for and a couple of affirmations about yourself. And they can be related to food. They could be related to you as an individual and as a person. You decide what you want them to be, but you want to build yourself up. You want yourself feeling really good going into any of these things. Secondly, total broken record. It's my biggest issue. I don't do this very often and I don't do it very well. And it's something I totally have to work on. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Make sure that you drink lots of water. If you're going to have a get together, if you know that you're going to be around sweets and treats and things like that, because thirst disguises itself as hunger. So if you're thirsty, you may actually think that you are in reality, that you're very, very, but the bottom line is you might just be thirsty. So stay hydrated, make sure you're hydrated. You come in and you feel really good. Drink it, you have had lots of water, especially if you're going to have any alcohol, you want to make sure that you're hydrated. Third thing, if you're going out or even if you're around the house, wear an outfit that is comfortable. Don't try to squeeze yourself into something that is not going to fit, that's going to make you feel self-conscious, that's going to make you feel bad. Because what are you going to do? You're going to end up at that buffet table, or you're going to end up at the cookies because you feel badly, because you don't like the outfit you're wearing. You don't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't build you up. So pick something, have clothes that you feel good in, even if you're at the weight that you don't want to be at right now. We have to honor ourselves and know that we're comfortable and know that we're important enough to put ourselves into clothes that feel good and that build us up and make us feel amazing. So please don't say, I'm not buying anything until I get to such and such weight. You're not going to get to such and such weight if you're squeezing yourself into stuff that doesn't fit you, because it's going to make you feel bad. and that's going to cause you to eat. So let's not do that. Let's not pretend that it's going to, like, that the guilt and shame is going to somehow change things. Yeah, that's not doing anything. So let's stop that right now. The fourth thing, before you go to the party or before you go to the get together or whatever it is, want you to set a goal for yourself for that particular event. Set a goal for yourself. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and I'm going to scan the buffet, and I'm only going to pick the foods that I really, really like. Now, I am totally guilty of this, and I try not to do this, and I've gotten so much better about it. But, like, let's be honest. There's cheese and crackers all the time at a buffet. It's a filler. My sister's a caterer. I know it's a filler. Cheese and crackers, put that out there, super easy, a cheese plate. Yeah, I'm not a big, huge cheese fan. So why the heck would I take some cheese and some crackers? That's just stuff I don't need to have because I don't really like it that much. And I can get that anytime. I want to look at the buffet. I want to look at whatever it is. And I want to look and say, okay, what are the things that I really want to try, that I'm really excited to taste, that I really want to experience? And then allow yourself to have those things. Don't have 50,000 of them, but allow yourself to take them, to sit back down. You have your little plate of your little hors d'oeuvres or whatever it is. You go and you sit back down and you eat and you enjoy and you take your time. And it's not a race to shovel food in so you can get back to the buffet. You just realize that this is something special. It's enjoyable. You have it. And then number 5 falls into this, and it's probably the most important thing. Remember, when you're at a get together, you're there to see people. You're there to communicate. You're there because of the surroundings and the people and the love. It is not about the carrot cake, although I love carrot cake. Anybody who knows me knows I love carrot cake. But it is about the people and the communication and the love and the family and all of that good stuff. That's what we need to focus on. We go to these events or we go to these parties or we have people over because we like them and we love them and we want to spend time with them. And honestly, if you're having people over that you don't like, okay, that's first and foremost. Don't do that. But we want to make sure that we're focused. What are we focused on when we go to a get together? Let's focus on the people. The food's a byproduct. That's just an extra. That's just a little fun extra. But don't make that the focus. It's about the people and the love and the time together. The holidays, that's what the holidays is about. And that's what we need to remember. Okay. So when it comes to remembering why we are in a certain place, every weekend I go and I visit my family. So I live in the Bay Area, right about 45 minutes outside of San Francisco. My parents and my sister and all of my sister's kids and my brother's kid, one of my brother's kids, they all live up in the Sierra foothills. So they live up near Tahoe. And so every weekend I drive up there. And I drive up there because my sister lives with my parents. And Mom, if you're watching, hi. And my sister lives with my parents. And so it's nice to have me come up and I'm there and I can see my parents and it gives her a little bit of a break from being responsible for everything. My parents are totally self-sufficient and they do all their stuff on their own, but it's just nice to have me there. And so I come up every weekend. And as I mentioned, my sister is a caterer. Okay. There is always amazing food at my sister's house. No doubt, whether it's from a party she did, whether she does meals for people in her area right now because of COVID. So she does that. So there's always food. It's just amazing. I have always had a very hard time. Every weekend I would go up there and I would eat way too much and I would feel horrible. And I just felt like I just completely lost all control when I would go up there. And what I have really done over the course of the last few months is I've really focused on, why am I there? Who am I there to see? Who am I there to spend time with? And really going into it with a plan of how do I want to feel when I leave on Sunday afternoon? How do I want to feel? How do I want my weekend to have gone? And I have all the power and all the control to do that. It's all up to me. And so I've really taken that and I've really gone in with a game plan of, what am I going to do? How do I feel? And this is gonna come in part number 3 here. But I really go in with a plan of why am I there? And what do I really want to get out of this time when I'm there? What is it? Who do I want to see? Who do I want to spend time with? And do I want to feel terrible when I leave on Sunday? Do I want to feel bloated and sick and okay, now I've got to watch, I've got to really cut back on everything for the next couple of days? I don't want to do that to my head. So I've made the decision that that's not what I do anymore. And I don't do it. And it's amazing how when you really set your mind to something and you decide, and I'm going to honor myself and honor my decisions and honor my integrity, and I'm going to stand by what I say, I now do that. And I'm very, very selective about what I eat. And I don't need to eat everything. And I don't need to eat all sorts of everything and tons of it. But I really have come to a different place with a different mindset. So I encourage you, when you go to certain events, think about that and think, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm going to come away feeling really good, and go in with that thought and remind yourself of that throughout the event, wherever you are. All right. So how can you be sure that you won't gain weight this holiday season? And you might even lose weight. Oh my gosh. This is a phrase that I was taught when I first started coaching, and I learned it from my business coach. And the phrase is, what gets planned is what gets done. And that is something I live my life by. And it's what I have my clients live their lives by as well, because they're in trying to control emotional eating as well as lose weight. What gets planned is what gets done. If we don't plan our meals, we go in. If we don't have a plan, we go in and it's every man for himself, and it's crazy. And we can make that primal brain will kick in and want to tell us everything that we need to do that's not going to serve us. And we need to make sure that we go in always, always, always having a plan. So it's always about love. And it's always about taking care of yourself. So the 3 steps I want you to think about, 3 steps to take when it comes to not gaining weight this holiday season. First one, mentally, decide. Decide that you are not going to gain any weight. And if you want to lose some weight, say that too. Decide, what do you want? Do you want to gain weight? Of course you don't, but make the decision that you're not going to. Make the decision that you're going to stay exactly at the weight that you are right now, or you're going to end up 5 pounds less by January 2nd. Make that decision and commit to it mentally and write it down. Write down your decision. What decision do you want to have done? You have to take control. So make the decision. What's going to work for you? What are you going to do? Secondly, enlist a friend. Have an accountability partner. If you don't have a friend or an accountability partner that you feel like you can work with and rely on, hire a coach, hire a trainer. Have somebody be there for you, for support, for accountability, and to help guide you through this. Now, one of the things that people always think is, oh my gosh, the holidays, totally not the time to try and, because there's too many things. There's too many things if you tell yourself there's too many things. There is never, ever, ever going to be the perfect time to have a baby, to move, to change jobs, to lose weight. All of those things. Never a perfect time, ever. And if we don't learn how to exist and move through situations and get things accomplished, even when life is crazy, we are going to be in the exact same spot that we're in right now in 5 years from now. So everybody, and includes myself as well, everybody has to learn, how do you get through tough times? How do you decide that, you know what? I'm not going to let that be an excuse. I'm going to make it happen no matter what. So find that friend, find that coach, find that trainer, find somebody that's going to help you and guide you and give you some accountability and give you some encouragement and support to get you through this, and you will come out so much better. Last thing, you have to believe in yourself. You just stated a goal. You stated what you wanted to do. You have to believe it, and you have to reinforce that with yourself. If you keep going back to part number 1, if you keep saying to yourself, well, I can't do this, or something happens and it doesn't go perfectly, I can't do this. See, I failed again. That is not going to serve you. Those thoughts are not going to work. You have to believe in yourself. You have to commit to yourself. You have to love yourself, and remember that you are not perfect. You're not going to be perfect. No one is going to be perfect. And you're going to get back up on that horse every time, and you're going to make it work. But you have to have those thoughts going through your head. And I know it sounds like, oh yeah, whatever. So easy to say. But if you're not saying it, you are pulling yourself down deeper and deeper and deeper into a pit. And that's never going to be a positive. That's never going to get us out of things. So please make sure that you tell yourself every day, if you make that commitment, you make that decision, you commit to yourself, tell yourself every day, you know what? I am going to do this, even if it goes poorly. You know what? One thing. Okay, so that went poorly. We're gonna do something else. We're gonna make sure we get back on that horse. We're gonna get on track, and we're gonna make sure that we commit to ourselves, because that is the most important thing. So I told you at the end that I told you in the beginning that I wanted you to stick around at the end. So what I want to offer you is I want to offer you an activity that is going to help you decide what are these thoughts, what are these beliefs that you are going to have about yourself to get you through the holidays, and to get you through the holidays either maintaining your weight or possibly losing weight. What are you going to do? What are the thoughts that you're going to do? What are the beliefs that you're going to have about yourself? What do you need to believe about yourself in order to get through the holidays and know that you will get through? Because you can do it. You will get through with maintaining your weight or losing weight. So if you would like this activity, this handout, I don't even know what to call it. I think it's a miracle sheet, but it's going to be, you're going to love it. I would like you to put the word beliefs in the comment. Put the word belief or beliefs in the comment, and I will send that to you. It is going to change. You are going to come up with beliefs about yourself, not the old beliefs, not the beliefs about, all rules don't apply because it's the holidays. We're not going to do that this year. We're going to love ourselves more than that. We're going to care about ourselves, and we are going to get ourselves into a position where we wake up on January 2nd and we feel amazing. We feel amazing. We've made progress. We have managed to just take whatever we've had issues with, and we're moving forward, and we're putting ourselves in the best possible position to feel amazing about ourselves and our lives as well. So I hope this live has been very, very helpful for you. And I believe that I believe everyone can manage to get through the holidays being exactly where they want to be, understanding, knowing that you have the power in your mind, in your beliefs about yourself, that you can get through the holidays and be exactly where you want to be on January 2nd, but you have to make that decision. So let's go out and do that. Let's make that decision. Let's put ourselves in the driver's seat. Let's give ourselves that power, and let's take control of our lives and get ourselves through the holidays in a way that we want to get through. All right. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the group very soon. Okay. Remember, beliefs in the comment, and I will send you that activity. I'm telling you, it will be a game changer for you. All right. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.